Hi, this is fifth video of Agriculture MCQ series, Water Management including Micro Irrigation. The average rainfall in India has been estimated to be 1194 mm. Geographical area of India is 328 million hectare. Total amount of rainfall from outside the India account for 20 hectare. A latent heat of vaporization of water is 540 calorie per gram of water. The water passes from liquid to gaseous state by absorbing 540 calories per gram of water. The attraction of molecule for solid surface is termed as adhesion. The attraction of water molecule for each other is termed as cohesion. Capillary, it is due to adhesion and cohesion. When all pores are filled with water and the soil is said to be saturated, this condition is termed as maximum water holding capacity. When all the macropore are filled with water, when all macropore filled with air and micropore filled with water, and water movement is through capillary, this condition is capillary water. The latent heat of vaporization 580 calorie per gram at 0 degree Celsius. Heat of sublimation is 680 calorie per gram at 0 degree Celsius. Heat of fusion 80 calorie per gram at 0 degree Celsius. High density of water at 4 degree Celsius. Water extend on freezing 9% by volume. Dielectric constant for water is -80. Water specific heat 1 calorie per gram, but it is highest, but in liquid ammonia it is 1.03 calorie per gram. Field capacity determined by pressure plate apparatus. At field capacity, all macropore filled with air and micropore filled with water. At field capacity, the soil water potential range from -0.1 to -0.3 bars. A field capacity is the upper limit of the soil water availability to plant. The movement of soil water take in the direction of increasing tension. Permanent wilting point. At permanent wilting point, the soil water potential range from -15 bar. In a soil water potential of -3 MPa, water can move only in vapor phase. When water is held tightly as thin film around the soil particle and can move only in vapor phase, this condition is hygroscopic water. When plant is not dead but remain wilt condition, it is permanent wilting point. When plant cannot absorb any water and die eventually, this condition is ultimate wilting point. The water available to plant is the capillary water between field capacity and permanent wilting point. Available water holding capacity can be determined by field capacity minus permanent wilting point. Sandy loam soil has lowest quantity of available water. Clay soil has highest quantity of available soil water. Fine texture has greater quantity of available water. 1 MPa is equal to 10 bar. Osmotic potential, it is due to presence of solute. When soil water is at hydrostatic pressure lesser than atmospheric pressure, the pressure potential is considered to negative. When soil water is at hydrostatic pressure equal to atmosphere, it is considered as 0. Free water is characterized by 0 pressure potential. The negative pressure potential is often termed as metric potential. The pressure due to solute is termed as osmotic pressure. The process of gradually drying a saturated soil sample by applying increasing suction and recording successive measurement of water content is termed as desorption. The process of gradually wetting a dry soil sample while reducing suction is termed as sorption. The soil moisture characteristics are strongly affected by texture. The difference in soil moisture content at given suction pressure during the process of desorption and sorption is termed as hysteresis. The soil moisture content at given suction pressure during the process of hysteresis is greater for desorption. 1 bar is equal to 0.1 MPa, 100 kPa, 14.5 psi, 0.987 atmosphere is equal to 1 bar. The air entry value to tensiometer cup is high as 0.85 bar. The tensiometer are suitable for sandy soil. The tensiometer indicates soil moisture sanction. If a crop is to be irrigated 0.75 IW upon CPE with 60 mm depth, it should be irrigated after 80 mm. CPE is equal to depth upon IW. If crop is to be cultivated 0.7 IW upon CPE with 6 cm depth, it should be irrigated after 10 cm. CPE is equal to depth upon IW. At soil water potential of minus 30 bar, water can move only in vapor phase. 1 cubic feet water is equivalent to 28.32 liter of water. 1 cubic meter water is equivalent to 1000 liter of water. Unsaturated hydraulic conductivity is also known as capillary conductivity. Water that is available to plant and radially absorbed is capillary water. The water that is occur as thin film and held between tension of 31 atmosphere or more and not available to plant is hygroscopic water. Indirect method of measuring soil water content is neutron scattering, tensiometer or aerometer, electron resistance or gypsum block method, pressure plate apparatus. These are indirect method of measuring soil water content, while direct method of measuring soil water content is gravimetric method. Which of the following criteria of irrigation scheduling more acceptable by farmer is C. Critical growth stage. Water is available to plant to the maximum extent is one held between field capacity and permanent wilting point. Hygroscopic water, which occur as thin film held tenaciously around the soil particle within tension of 31 atmosphere or more, is not available to plant. Water requirement of crop is related to evaporation. The most of the case field capacity represent the water held at tension of 1/3 atmosphere. The major source of water used by plant is capillary water. Transpiration is a water loss from plant. The soil moisture content at which plant remain wilt a day or night or in a humid chamber, the moisture content is permanent wilting point. The process of water entry into soil through a surface or vertically downward is infiltration rate. Infiltration unsaturated soil method. The flux passing through soil surface and flowing into profile is infiltration rate. The ratio between evapotranspiration of crop and potential evapotranspiration is crop coefficient. ET upon PET is equal to crop coefficient. The soil infiltration capacity depend upon texture, structure and uniformity of soil profile. The infiltration rate can be measured by using infiltrometer. Tensiometer soil moisture measure કરે 0.85 બાર સુધી. A readiness with which porous medium transmit water is permeability. The downward movement of water through soil profile is percolation, જે saturated soil માં થાય છે. The downward and lateral movement of water in the soil is termed as seepage, horizontal flow. The water movement as water through soil profile is occur by diffusion. The water movement tend to downward during day and upward during night. 1% of water is absorbed by plant and used for photosynthesis. A soil having weight of 225 gram and dry weight of 200 gram will have 12.5% moisture by its weight. W2 minus W1 upon 2 is equal to moisture weight. The soil having 15% moisture by weight and bulk density of 1.5 will have 22.5 cm per meter water content on volumetric basis. Density is equal to mass upon volume. Formula. Consumptive use can be obtained by evaporation, transpiration plus plant metabolic need. Irrigation requirement is equal to water requirement minus effective rainfall plus contribution from groundwater table is equal to S. Water requirement can be obtained by irrigation requirement plus rainfall plus effective rainfall plus contribution from groundwater table water requirement is equal to IR plus ER plus S. The method of irrigation exclusive for lowland rice is flooding. The method of irrigation having least label requirement is flooding. First drip irrigation was developed by Simcha-Blas. Corrugation is a furrow type of irrigation. Water use efficiency can be defined as yield of marketable crop produced per unit water used in evapotranspiration. Soil content of water measured by EC. Based on EC, irrigation water classified into 4 categories. EC is expressed in ds upon m. Irrigation water containing more than 3 ppm of boron is harmful to crop. The difference in soil moisture content between field capacity and soil moisture content in the root zone before application of irrigation water is net irrigation requirement. Irrigation interval is a function of crop and soil. Design interval is a net depth of irrigation upon peak period use rate. The number of days that can be allowed for applying one irrigation to the given design area during a peak period consumptive use of crop is called irrigation period. The method of irrigation where water is allowed to run over the soil surface and allow infiltrate, it is called surface irrigation. The method of irrigation where water is allowed to fall on the plant and soil and stimulate rainfall is sprinkler irrigation. The method of irrigation where water is applied directly to the root zone, it is called drip irrigation. The amount of irrigation water exclusive of evapotranspiration, consumptive use and that necessary to regulate the soil concentration in the soil solution to the total volume of water delivered, it is called irrigation efficiency. The ratio between the amount of water delivered to irrigated plot, the total volume of water delivered at source, it is called water conveyance efficiency. The ratio between water stored in root zone to the amount of water delivered to irrigated plot is termed as water application efficiency. The ratio between water stored in root zone to amount of water needed to root zone prior to irrigation is water storage efficiency. The ratio between consumptive use of water by the crop to water depleted from root zone, it is consumptive use efficiency. The depth of water applied in the first watering is to the crop is core depth. The ratio between marketable crop yield and the water used in ET, it is called water use efficiency. Which of the following is most sensitive to boron is apple. The total area irrigated by project including area covered by road, building, village, unculturable area, etc. within the boundaries of cultivated area is gross common area, while the actual crop area under irrigation in the gross common area is culturable common area. The depth of water required by the crop during life cycle in the field is delta. The entire duration of crop from irrigation for preparatory to last irrigation is base period. The ratio between irrigated area and quantity of water applied to the crop is duty. The first watering to crop is core watering. The part of base period during which first watering to the crop is core period. The first irrigation before sowing the crop for seed germination and seedling establishment, it is known as pelco. The moisture content at which wilting is complete and plant die is ultimate wilting point. The amount of irrigation water that must apply to the soil surface to meet net irrigation requirement for each irrigation is gross irrigation requirement. Indirect method of measuring soil moisture, first tensiometer or aerometer, it is used to below 1 bar. Electric resistance or gypsum block 0 થી 15 bar. Neutron moisture meter, it is Raper method. Pressure plate apparatus 0 થી 15 bar સુધી એનો યુઝ થાય. થેન્ક યુ.